They said the land was empty, but we saw a promise in the dust. Frank Boyer, a man once enslaved, walked through the New Mexico desert with a Bible in one hand and liberation in the other. He didn't see heat and hardship. He saw prophecy. A place where black families could live free, own land, build wealth, raise children without fear. No overseers, no mobs, no lines to cross or laws to obey. Just sky, just soil, just spirit. And from that dry, cracked land, a town was born. They called it Blackdom, a self-sustained Black Eden in the desert, with churches, a newspaper, homes, cattle, commerce, all of it built by Black hands, in silence, while the world looked away. But land that's sacred, they were never going to let it live long. And the desert has a way of keeping secrets. They blamed the desert, said the crops failed because the land was too dry, the town too far from anything that mattered. But records tell another story. Water sources were diverted. Blackdom's irrigation lines rerouted. Quietly, legally, strategically. What they couldn't take with chains, they drained with paperwork. Wells ran dry, cattle starved, and the dream began to rot from the roots. This wasn't nature, it was sabotage with a smile. And all the while, they wrote us off as a failure, unfit for the land, too ambitious for our own good. But don't get it twisted. Blackdom didn't collapse. It was collapsed. You can bulldoze homes. You can reroute rivers. You can poison the soil and call it progress. But you can't erase a people whose bones are buried with purpose. Blackdom may be gone from the maps, but it's not gone from the land, and it's definitely not gone from spirit. The desert still whispers, but now it doesn't whisper alone. The spirits remember who drained the wells. They remember the names on the contracts. They remember the silence that followed. And silence in hoodoo is never peace. This land is unsettled, not because it's cursed, but because it's still waiting, waiting to be restored, waiting for us to call it by name again, waiting to rise. And now they've been heard by us, by you. They thought they buried Blackdom. But black towns don't die. They echo in every ritual, every prayer poured on the ground, every black voice that still speaks truth. Blackdom lives. The spirits are still here, not begging for justice, but demanding remembrance. So say their name, speak it with power. Blackdom. For every acre stolen, for every child displaced, for every dream dried up with the land, We pour, we light, we remember. This isn't just a story, it's a summons. Restore what was erased. Rebuild what they buried. Reclaim what's yours. Because when you hear the echo, it means the work has already begun. And baby, this time, they can't drain the water fast enough. If this reached you, don't scroll past the echo. Say the name in the comments. Blackdom, not just a town, a testimony, a spell, a summons. Every time you type it, you bring it back into existence. The spirits are watching, and names carry power. Say Blackdom, say it loud. Say it for the ones who built it and the ones who remember. Don't let the silence win. Say it, type it, call it back. Blackdom, let the echo begin again.